Hello everyone, this is Seeker from Delightful Pleasures. With me is John Lee, CEO of Delightful Pleasures. Today we're going to discuss we're going to talk about our wedding cakes, the ones we made for our store. We have cake number 1, which is the lilac cake. And the second cake is the one that is easily modifiable for everyone to use whatever textures, colors they want for flowers, ribbons, for the skirt of the table, and anything else that you want. So right now, in order, when you get the actual cake, either cake 1 or 2, you're going to find that when you res the table, it only reses the table. It doesn't have anything other than the table that you res on the ground. In order to res the cake, you have to click on the shadows of the skirt. So I have the menu up so you can look. What you'll see is when you click on the shadows, you're going to see 4 buttons. You're going to see one for textures. That texture is going to change the flowers of the table, the skirt, and the tablecloth as well. So you're going to have different things that you can change within that menu of the texture, and that's only for the table. Then you're going to have another button that says cake. One will say, if it's the lilac cake, it will say Seeker kind of cake 1. If it's the other cake, the one closest to me, it will say Seeker cake number 2. So that way you know what you got. The actual cake number 2, the wedding cake number 2, it actually has a HUD that attaches to your screen in your that attaches to your monitor from your screen, from your computer. And that makes it easier for you to touch whatever you want. The HUD itself is the only item here that is no copy. And the reason why I did it is to safeguard my cake, because people like to res it everywhere. And so you will only have one option for the HUD. And if you ever lose the HUD, just contact us or technical support, and we would assist you. Let me see what else we have. Okay, so when you res the actual table, you want to click on the shadow of the skirt. I want to do that right now. You're going to get the menu. I'm going to click on the cake. It's going to res the cake. Then you will see the plain cake. You will see where's everything else that comes with it. You're going to touch the plate of the cake, and that's going to give you, let me see, plate. That's going to give you this menu. It's when you touch the plate, it's going to give you similar. It's going to give you for you to res or for you to texture. And the actual texture is also to texture things on the cake if you want. You don't want to use the HUD. But I think that the HUD has more kind of textures than you would have in the actual cake. Okay, so I'm going to click on res. And when I click on res, you're going to see this menu. And oops, let me click it again because it disappeared. Okay, and the first button, it says res all. I'm going to res it all, but you have options to res different components. Let's say you took something out of here and you want to add it back. You could add that specific item. If you want to remove let's say you have a different topper and you want to remove the actual topper that has the heart with the wedding rings in the middle. You can remove that, and that keeps the flowers, but just removes the actual topper. If I do more toppers, I'm going to include it so people could have options of different toppers, right? And all you have to do is get the updates, and you will get it. So let me see what else. Yes. So, and then that's it. That's it for the menus of the cake. Now, if you see on the HUD right behind me, the HUD changes for cake number 2. Different things. It changes flowers, ribbons, frosting, flavors, the rim of the plate, for instance, and the petals. And I know we have, what's that, kind of peach flowers. And if you look at the flowers, if John Lee zooms to the flowers, they're very detailed on the actual kind of texture. They're very lovely flowers. All of them are. And I would recommend people to come to the store and look at it. There's a demo also there. The lilac, the lilac kind of cake, unfortunately, comes with one color of the cake. So if you look at the frosting, at the flowers, they come white, lilac, and purple. The same with the actual different petals of that cake. That's cake number 1. It's a cake I use for my wedding. I just love those colors. And the skirt has all the textures that the other skirt has. So you could change anything you want with the table itself. You can make the flowers white on the bottom, and then the kind of purple a little lighter if you want, and with the lilac cake. But the cake number 2, I did it for people to have options and pick the flowers they want. Sometimes it's so hard to get the flowers, the actual colors you want. And with this cake, with the second cake, you could tint the flowers as well. So it's all modifiable. I gave like, 15? 3, 6, yeah, like 15 different textures for the color of the flowers and the ribbons. And you can also tint those. I'm going to give an example. Right now, everything is not matching. Let's see if I put red flowers. I'm going to put the dark red flowers. And just bear with me because it takes a few seconds for it to texture all the flowers. And the red flowers, even though they're dark, there is 2 types of red. There's a lighter red. It still has a dimension in the colors. So you're going to see multiple colors in it. You're going to see dark and light red in it. And let's say I'm going to change the cake, the whole cake to white. And maybe the ribbon to red. Or maybe lighter red. What do you think, lighter red? Yeah, lighter red. And then the skirt here, I'm going to go to the shadows again. Oops. I'm going to see, let's see, red. Oops, I changed the flowers. Let me go back, page back, and let me say tablecloth. Let's see if I want red. If I find it. Yeah, there's a red one there. Okay. And, okay, so I changed the wrong one. Let me do the long skirt. Let me make it white. So I could show you. It could be red too, but I'm going to make it white. You know, I'm going to make it white. And then the flowers, let's say, those are red flowers. Say I make the flowers white too. Let me see, I can make them red or white. I'm going to make them white. There is a red and there's a rose. The roses are the kind of dark ones, and the red is the light red. So you can combine the different colors you want on your skirt I'm going to do the skirt, the long skirt red as well, just so you guys can see it. So that way you can see it. So, yeah, so it's whatever you want to do with the kind of textures. And you have a lot of textures, plus you can tint it because it's all modifiable. Also with the cake, you could do, the rim of the plate. Let's make it, because right now it's white. Let's make it red. Let's do the plate a light red. Let me see this red. This red is a little darker. Let me do lighter red. So the ribbon of the cake can change. You can make it white. You can make it gray. You can make it same colors you make for the flowers. You could do the same thing for the rim of the plate of the cake. What you cannot change is the glass. Well, you can change it, but there's no textures to change the glass. And you make any. If you want it all wood, you can make it all wood or all white. Let's see what else. Okay, so you could change, this is a white cake. You could change the cake to, let's say the frosting, you could do cream. You could do brown. You could do velvet or red cake. Red cake go with white flowers and white ribbon. Let me give it time. Let me give it a few seconds for all the white to be textured. Yeah, so it's, yeah. And maybe the skirt. Let me do the skirt texture. Let me do the skirt texture. Middle page up and tablecloth. Let's make that white. It's gonna look nice. Yeah. So you can make a combination of your own textures that you like. The actual, if I click, I'm gonna stand up, sweetie. I'm gonna click on the table, and I'm gonna click, and I'm gonna sit. So when I click and sit, let me get that. When I click on the table, I'm going to get this actual menu. It's going to say you can bride, groom, or adjust. And you pick whoever you are. Then once you click on, let's say I'm going to click on bride, I'm going to get a second page. Now, this you're going to see has 3 more pages to it. Those are the animations. We have like about 49 animations for the cake, for the table itself. And those are the cutting of the cake, the feeding, the kiss, and then photos. If you want to take pictures of you and your partner together, there's 2 more pages after this one that has options of a lot of things, a lot of photos. From left to right to middle, and it's for the bride and groom. So let's see. So I'm going to do the cutting right now of the cake. I'm going to hit bride, and I'm going to hit the cutting of the cake. When I cut the cake and I click on the cake, I'm going to have a piece missing, right? And I'm going to get a cake in my hand. I'm going to go back to start. And if you zoom in, you're going to see that the cake inside is the walnut cake. It's the banana nut cake. If you want to change that, let's say you are a fan of having all velvet, let's say, or you want a white cake. I'm going to put a white cake, all white. Oops, sorry. Let's put frosting all white. It's beautiful when the actual cake is all white, and even the flowers. And I'm gonna put the ribbon. I'm gonna put the ribbon white. Okay, the ribbon is white. I'm gonna put this one white. Yeah. And let's say you want the flavor inside your cake to be white as well. Let me stand up. And I'm going to click on the white cake. If you look inside the actual cake, you will have all white in it. It changes. If I want the velvet color, it'll change velvet. If I want the chocolate, it'll change chocolate. So I hope that is a nice detail for folks. And it does cut. It does cut the cake. I might need to rest this cake a little bit higher because it's inside. Okay, there you go. And let me see what else. Yes. Okay, so the other option I want to talk about, and I'm going to stand over here, on both cakes, the option of cutting the cakes is on both cakes. And they have the same animations on both cakes. Let's see. There are champagne glasses here. And the champagne glasses, if you click on the champagne glasses or the cake itself, you get the options of having the champagne glass. So when you click on the champagne glass, for instance, you're going to get the menu that says female champagne, female tall, male champagne, male tall. And the reason why I did it this way is it's because when you get the glass, if you're a very tall avatar, you may want to click the tall so the glass reaches your lips. So I'm going to click on the glass, and John Lee will too. I'm going to click female champagne because I'm average size.
Okay, one moment.
So yes. And also, you do not have to be in any stand or any sit pose on the table for it to work. So you could be anywhere. You can have all your guests to kind of click on the cake or on the champagne glass, and then you will get the champagne in your hand, and you will have the drink animation. Anyone also can make a toast to the bride and groom, and they could kind of type the word cheers. No matter how you type it, it could be C, it could be capital, and it would register as something to lift the cake. So I'm going to do cheers, and everyone raises their cake, the hand, sorry, not the cake, the hand for the glass. So I hope that's a special accent that people might like. It's already included with the cake. It's not very expensive. I think the cake is $3.99. Everything that you see, including animations and tables and hoods. It also, I'm going to take my glass off because I want to show you the actual cake. If I click on the cake also, it's going to give me it's going to give me a menu with all the champagne options, but it's also going to give me a menu for cakes. It's going to be for cakes for female and cakes for male. And the reason why it's different is because the male, the fork of the male is a little longer and wider because the male's hands is much bigger than the female. And if I left it on a regular size, it'll look so tiny in the man. So I changed it to a little bigger. So I'm going to click on mine. That's a female cake. And in that, you're going to get a new menu that says walnut. You're going to get a menu that says the chocolate cake, velvet cake, wedding cake, which is the one that is the wedding cake, and then the white cake. So I'm going to click on my favorite cake, which is the chocolate. And that's going to give me a plate with the cake and the actual fork with it. So I hope everybody enjoys it. And yeah, it takes 3 minutes. I think it was 3 complete minutes for it to be removed from your hand. Is it 3 minutes? Yeah, 3 minutes. And the wine, I think it's about 3 minutes too. The champagne is about 3 minutes too. Almost 3 minutes. It's not totally 3 minutes. If you want extra or it removes itself, please get another cake or get another champagne. Or if it's too fast, please let me know and I'll make an adjustment if that's necessary. But we tested and it's enough time. Okay, so I think I hope I covered everything from the champagne to the cake to how it reses. Yeah, so I hope everybody enjoys this video. If you like, please click you like. If you bought the cake or planning to buy the cake and you use it, please send a review, a positive review, if you can. We do offer technical support. I know one person bought the cake and she wanted other options and all the stuff, and because of her, we added the champagne glasses to offer champagne. So I think that was good to hear from one of the customers that liked it. And yes, and I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't show all the textures, but you could change the petals here as well to white. Let me do that one. Yeah, so that way you can see it. And the petals doesn't have a lot of options, but you can tint it. Anything on cake number 2 is tintable. Even though it has textures, you can tint it even a little darker. If you want a different texture, try the white flowers and then go from there, and you could tint it. I'm not going to repeat myself, but I hope you enjoyed the video. And any questions, please contact Delightful Pleasures, John Lee or Seeker, and we will be here to help. Yeah, if you contact John Lee, I know that he'll help. Listen, if it's more than a long time, like you need hours and hours and hours of help, then just tip him. You don't have to tip me. But, donate something to John Lee because that's his time and all that stuff. But other than that, I want to thank everybody and enjoy the video.
Okay, thank you guys for showing up, for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe and press that bell notification button so that you will always be notified, so you can see our latest videos right here. Thank you so much.
Bye. Warm hugs.